Hey everyone, Homerstar here and welcome to the Games I Beat in 2025 video. So yeah, let's just get right into it, and I guess I'll begin with, I think I mentioned this briefly in my last video, the game collection update, but I sort of set myself a challenge last year, which is that I wanted to try and beat at least 30 games based on animated movies. So I don't know why I did that. I very much regretted doing it probably halfway through the challenge. You'll probably notice when I started regretting the challenge because I played a lot of really bad games. But luckily, first game was actually good. So first game I actually beat was the Little Mermaid on the NES. Actually, surprisingly decent. So it's made by Capcom. So it's part of that Aladdin sort of games, Goof Troop, DuckTales, like that era where Capcom were making a bunch of games based on Disney properties. And it's actually not bad. It's actually pretty decent. I beat it in a day. It's not a long game. I used this thing called it was on PlayStation 4. It's called Antstream Arcade. It's kind of like this streaming thing with so you can play retro games. Had a bunch of the Disney stuff there. And they had Little Mermaid on there, so I played it through there. And yeah, it's actually a pretty okay game. I actually would recommend it. You might be surprised that a game based on Little Mermaid is actually pretty fun, but it actually was quite fun. I really did enjoy it. Just mention this right away. I have got a little bit of a cough. It's not too bad, but it's just if you see any weird edits, then chances are it's me sort of editing out a coughing fit or something, and no one wants to see that. So yeah, so if you see any weird edits, that's why. Anyways, next up. So this is January. I'm not going to give the dates just because you don't care. The months are better enough, fine enough. But next up is Marvel vs. Capcom Fighting Collection. So this is getting the platinum. So yeah, I'll mention when I got the trophy, if it's a beating a game or if it's a platinum get. So yeah, Marvel vs. Capcom platinum. This was so just a spoiler. You'll see all of the other Capcom Fighting Collections in this list. This one's probably the easiest one to platinum. It was. No really difficult trophies. They were all pretty simple, and it was just nice to play all those Marvel vs. Capcom games. Getting Marvel vs. Capcom 2 is just really cool. We finally got that, and yeah, just all the games, seeing the little the progression from the early just Marvel fighting games, and then X-Men vs. Street Fighter, and then Street Fighter vs. Marvel, and then all the way to Marvel vs. Capcom. Yeah, it was really cool. So glad we got that, and yeah. That was my first platinum of the year, was Marvel vs. Capcom collection. Next up, another game for the animated movie collection, and that was The Jungle Book. So I think this was the it's either the Super Nintendo or Xbox. So it was part of the Disney collection, on Switch or whatever. So I don't know if it was in which version it was. I just know I beat it, and oh boy, this is when I immediately started realizing that this series was a bad idea, because this game was really not good. It's so difficult. I mean, I abused rewinds in this game, and I'm not ashamed of it, because this game was I don't want to say it's impossible, but it was obvious traditional really hard Super Nintendo Mega Drives kind of thing, and so for that reason I just didn't enjoy it at all. It was way too hard, because I know that's what they did in this era of games. They had to make them really difficult because it was all rentals and that, but yeah, not enjoyable at all for me personally. Not enjoyable at all. Next up, first one, which is a physical game, and that is the Patrick Star game. So obviously I mentioned this in the collection update last year. Honestly, so this was also a platinum game. It was beat the game and I got the platinum. I'm mixed on this game because I didn't hate it. It's not a good game. It's Outright Games, and obviously they suck. They're it's them, Game Mill, Microids. They're all the crappy licensed game shovelware stuff. But I don't know. I weirdly enjoyed this one. It's kind of like a goat simulator type of thing. So an open world, and it's just Patrick just doing random stuff. But it was kind of weirdly fun. I kind of enjoyed it. It's nowhere near on the level with the other SpongeBob games. But I don't know. I didn't hate it. Is what I'll say. I didn't hate this game, I will say there was one there was a couple I don't know if there were a bunch of buggy trophies. I remember there was one trophy where I did the thing, and then the trophy didn't pop for until 5 minutes afterwards. So I'd been really worried that I'd locked myself out of the platinum, but it did pop eventually. But even though I'd already done the challenge, it didn't pop until like 5 minutes afterwards. So that was annoying. But yeah, it's an easy platinum. It's a fine game. And yeah, that's all I really need to say about that. Next up, another easy platinum. This might be a weird one. Zero the Kamikaze Squirrel. So this was on PlayStation. And I got this and I got the platinum for it because I think I got that Squirrel with a Gun game last year. So I said to myself, oh, wouldn't it be fun if I tried to get all of the platinums for Squirrel games? And then, so I found that one, Zero, and then it was like, there was maybe another Squirrel game on there, but I didn't have a platinum, so I just ended up not doing it. Like, I haven't even finished Squirrel with a Gun yet, but yeah, it's another like classic old video game. Like I beat it in like about an hour. Again, used rewinds because the game was really like hard. Well, not hard, but it's like, you know, it was an old school game. No one really talks about it. It's not very good. Like you're not missing much. Again, I only did it so I could maybe do this whole Squirrel Platinum thing, but yeah, I kind of lost interest in doing that very quickly. Next up, Tekken 8. So this is again getting the platinum. So obviously I beat the story mode, obviously, and I got the platinum. Because again, the Tekken games are like pretty easy platinums. The only issue with the platinums is that they've got online trophies and you have to win them. And I am terrible at playing games online. So I was raging massively because like you only have to win one game. Like you have to win one game in ranked, one game in player, one game like was it group battle or something. And I'm really bad at the game. So and it kept pairing me up with like really high ranked people. So I had no way of winning. And so yeah, there was lots of rage, lots of anger, just saying, just let me win one game. And yeah, I finally did beat it, and I got the platinum, and so yeah, that was good. Yeah, story mode was okay. I kind of like didn't really pay attention to the story. Oh, it had a really awkward trophy at the end of the story where it's not really any spoilers, but like there's like 2 endings. But to get like the other like secret ending is like, how would anyone know how to do that? Like you clearly had to look it up to figure out how to get it. But yeah, so Tekken 8. I know I've not played much of Tekken 8 sort of since. I know like this year Tekken 8 kind of got bad. Like I mean there was like some kind of patch that just kind of messed up everything, messed up the whole game and everything. And obviously now Harada's left Namco now, so the future of Tekken looks. I don't know what the future of Tekken looks like because now the head of it is just not there. Next up, another game from the animated movie series. I think this is game number 3. Yeah, Tarzan. So, game from my childhood. Loved this game when I was younger. Luckily, I was like already like sort of halfway through the game, so I didn't really have to play too much of this to like finish it. But those last few levels suck. Like the last few levels get really difficult again, which is a shame because the game's really fun. The game's like the early game parts of the game are fun, but then like the last few levels, like they just randomly start changing like the gameplay style. Like most of the game is like it's like a side scroller, and then randomly near the end of the game they start putting you in like a 3D sort of 3D style game, which makes no sense, especially for the last levels because you've not really been prepared to learn those games. Like I hate it when games do that, where they sort of just introduce mechanics for like the last few levels. Like Crash 2 does that with, yeah, but. The final boss with Clayton was so annoying. Like that was really difficult. I really felt like I'd accomplished something when I beat him, but yeah, it's not terrible. Again, I think the early bits of it are fine, but yeah, I'd still say it's a good game. It's yeah, I did rank all of the animated movie games I did. I was gonna do like a separate video on them, but I decided not to because I just thought it's easier to just do this. And last game for January, Mario vs Donkey Kong, and I just mentioned this in my game collection updates. Obviously, I got this for my birthday, so I managed to beat it quite quickly. Yeah, I like Mario. Again, I love the game. I love the original on Game Boy Advance, so I had lots of fun beating this. But yeah, not really as much to say. Again, it's just it was the same game as the GBA game. I'd actually never beaten the GBA game, so it was cool that I got to beat this version. I guess that's probably why I kind of enjoyed this, because I actually got to finish this game I'd never beaten when I was younger. Yeah, I still enjoyed it. I can understand why people didn't like it, and I enjoyed beating it. So now we're on to February, another game from my Animated Movie Challenge, which was Brave. So I beat this on this is a PS3 game, but I did it through PlayStation streaming. I was not expecting to like enjoy this game as much as I did. Like it's sort of like a top-down sort of. I don't know what you call it, like dungeon crawler. Not really. It's just like a top-down sort of game. Because like, yeah, it's like it surprisingly was pretty decent and that. I will say though, so I also got the platinum for this, and the platinum is really kind of difficult because the very last trophy you got, because the last trophy I had to get was you have to beat the game on the hardest difficulty, and some of those later levels, some of those last boss fights are so difficult. Again, it felt like I'd actually accomplished something when I got the platinum. Like when I finally got it, yeah, really happy I finally got that platinum. Like it was so difficult to get, but I'm so happy I got it because it was really hard. I mean, so I beat the game in February, but I didn't get the platinum until like June because again I'm moving along to other games, and I think I kind of was just at a point where I was like, oh, when I'm not really doing anything else, I can just chip away at the platinum. And yeah, so that final level was on the hardest difficulty. It was really hard, but I'm glad I really did it. Next up, another game from my anime movie sort of collection. So you can see I'm sort of really into it at this point because I'm moving along from like games at quite quick pace. Because next up was Wall-E. Yeah, again, so I mentioned made by Heavy Iron Studios, Rising Battle from Bikini Bottom. Yeah, I think it was a pretty decent game, pretty alright. I mean, again, it's a PS3 licensed game, so it's kind of got its issues. It's, again, better than some of the other games I've played. Some of the later levels are a bit difficult, and some of it's a bit difficult, but I would say, again, of like the Pixar, like anime, like licensed games sort of around this sort of PS3 era, like I'd say this is pretty decent. I don't know if I would say I like Brave more, but again, I did somewhat enjoy this game. I thought it was okay. There's not really any boss fights in this one. Like, I mean, it's kind of a weird sort of movie to turn into a game, Wall-E, but yeah, it was actually surprisingly decent. I didn't hate it. It was actually quite fun. Next up, another platinum. So this is the first Capcom Fighting Collection. Again, this one was like mostly simple. There were a couple of difficult there were a couple of difficult trophies to get. Like there's one in when you got to play what's the game? The puzzle game. So like Super Puzzle Fighter or something. There's like one trophy that was kind of difficult. We had to like kind of do like kill them with like a super attack or something. I didn't really know to do it, so I just kind of kept playing the game and just got it. I mean that's the last trophy I got. The worst trophy there was one of the games on there was called Red Earth, and one of the trophies you had to get all of the endings. And some of the endings are just really like confusing to get. Like one of the like you got to beat the game. Like there's 4 characters and they've each got like 4 endings. You kind of had to do it in that way. And then one of the trophies is you had to lose like over 10 times, and you had to do that with every character. I mean, you could just lose with 10 times with one of them, and then just like I think you can then just like play as all the other characters in there. And like again, it just had lots of like replaying, and it was like so by the end of it, I was just so bored of it, and I was like. Really just wanted the platinum at that point. Like that was one of those. It's not really like a platinum killer, but it's more of a I am not having fun with this game trophy anymore. You know, the worst kind of trophies where it's like I'm just not enjoying this game anymore. I just want to get it done with, which I think is always the worst kind of trophies in like a trophy hunting thing. When you make a trophy that's just so like convoluted and grindy and yeah, because I think I said like game collection thing. I'm playing Lego Party, and that has definitely got some really grindy trophies in it, so I'm going to be hating that game by the end of when I finish that. Next up, another animated movie. Again, like I said, I was doing so many of these, like, sort of one after the other. I think, like, my goal at the first sort of half of it was to try and beat at least 3 in a month. But, like, obviously in some cases I beat, like, 4 in a month, and, like, so I was able to, like, yeah. Like, because again, I want to try and get it all done by the end of the year, and at some point you'll see I'm playing some short games just to get it over with, but at this point I'm still enjoying it, and that was Kung Fu Panda. Yeah, again, pretty decent, fun, 3D brawler, beat 'em up kind of game. Yeah, I like this one. Again, it was fine. It was okay. I really sort of there was like one level I would say I really didn't like. It was like one where you're sort of having to protect like the temple from enemies. And so that was only because it took like a long time. But apart from that, I would say like so far this is probably one like there are only a few games in this sort of collection that I played where I would say they're good games. I think this is one of them. I'd say Little Mermaid was definitely one of them as well. And that's probably it at the moment. Brave. Now I'd say Brave was a good game as well. Like yeah, I'd say so far these are all these games where I would like say I would actually somewhat recommend. Like I would recommend Kung Fu Panda. I thought Kung Fu Panda was actually a good game, huh? Next up, probably the most boring game I played all year. Maybe there's unfortunately quite a few boring games this year. Spy X Anya Operation Memories. So I started watching Spy Family last year, I want to say. I loved it. It's my new favorite anime. In fact, if I got I got my little poster. I bought this year as well. So I love Spy Family. So when I see it was a Spy Family game, I was like, I have to get it. Got it on the PS5. I think it was a PS5 version. Saw it was an easy platinum, and Jesus Christ, it is the most boring game ever. I don't even know how to describe it. It's like life simulator, but also not. Like, you play as Anya, and you kind of go. I think the whole point of the game is that she's making a scrapbook, so you sort of go on like outings with the family, and then you take pictures of stuff, and you got to buy things and that. Like, but it's just it's the same thing over and over again. It's so boring. There are a few mini games, but once you play a mini game once, you don't really want to like. By the halfway point of the game, I was literally just skipping almost everything just to get it over with. It is the most boring game I've ever played. And I saw some people trying to say, "Oh, it's only a kids' game." It's like, well, first off, Spy Family's not really a kids' show. I mean, well, no, because there's like loads of like Yor is an assassin. Huh? Like, that is definitely not for kids. There was like scenes where she's like covered in blood. That is not a kids' show. So to make a kids' game for a show that's definitely not for kids is not like a good idea. And also, if it's not even if it is a kids game, it's a boring kids game. Huh? Like, kids would be bored of that really quickly. Yeah, sorry, I did not like this game at all. And that's such a shame because I really do like Spy Family. Hopefully they make a better game one day. Like, surely there's like so much more you can do with this franchise. Hopefully they make a better game soon. Huh? But I don't know. Anime games are sort of hit and miss with like games, so who knows. Next up, another game in my animated movie collection. Again, like I said, I was just doing really sort of one after the other in this early part of the year. And this was actually Lego Ninjago, the movie game. So I think this was on PlayStation Plus, so I downloaded it through PlayStation Plus. This was probably around that time when the Lego games were getting really like samey. Again, the game's kind of boring. I mean, I've never seen the Lego Ninjago movie. I think this is actually the first example of a movie-based game where I hadn't actually seen the film. So I guess I didn't really care too much about the story. It's fine. It's basic. It's okay. But like, I think maybe I would have enjoyed it more if I'd seen the film. But it's like, again, it was totally fine. It was a Lego game, and Lego games, even like the weakest Lego games, are still somewhat fun. I guess I got the platinum for this. So this was again February. I got the platinum like 2 months later again because I was just like kind of grinding at like, cause I was like in some free time. I was like, oh, I'll just go through getting the platinum because. Again, as I've mentioned, I want to get platinum for the Lego games. So, yeah, that was basically it. Nothing else to really say about this game. It's okay, I guess. So, next up is March. Again, another game in my animated movie collection series thing. Scooby-Doo and the Cyber Chase. Again, mentioned this in my game collection update. I despised this game very hard. So, it's funny, like, I played the first world and I was like, oh, this game's not too bad. Oh, I don't know what Caddy was talking about. Second world you get in and you realise, oh, this game's terrible. This is funny because like after I beat the game, I rewatched Caddy's old video on it, and it was like he just started to say things where I was like, yes, I was saying the exact same things playing it. Like the controls are just really weird and like it's just not fun. Sadly, I mean, again, I haven't seen the film of this, and it's weird because the film is like the film is them going into a video game, and then the game itself is also not very good. Yeah, it's a shame because obviously another game from my childhood, so I was really happy to sort of have it and play it, and yeah, some of those later levels were really difficult and I really didn't like it, and that's a shame. Like the final boss with what's it called, the Phantom Virus, was like really annoying and yeah, like not good, sadly. Probably the worst game I played so far, probably this or Jungle Book. Although, actually, having said that, next up was another bad game, so another movie game, and I don't care what anyone says, this is a bad game, Lion King. What was this game? I don't understand. This game was just not fun at all. This game was absolutely terrible. So again, this is on the Disney Classic Collection thing. Again, it was either the Super Nintendo version or the Mega Drive version. I don't know what the difference is of either one. I just know the one I played was really bad. I'm sorry, it's just... And then the final boss with Scar, like, made no sense. Again, I had to look it up, and it's just thinking... And it's just like, how was anyone at that time supposed to figure out that was how you had to beat him? Like, yeah, not fun at all. Real shame, because Lion King is, like, probably one of Disney's best films. Yeah, real shame that Lion King was so bad. Next up, WWE 2K25. So again, another year, another wrestling game. So I can mention more about the story modes this year. I like Showcase mode this year. They feel like they finally figured out how to do it right now. So they got rid of the like stupid, like, was it slingshot technology? You know, showing the real footage. It's back to actually just showing in-game cutscenes. I liked the framing of it, of Paul Heyman like sort of talking about the bloodline. You go through bloodline history, and you go through all the bloodline people. I like that there's like they had like, you know, what if matches. So like, you know, examples where you change the outcome. So like it's Umaga versus John Cena, and Umaga can actually beat John Cena. I really liked that. And he had like what if matches. So look for like people like, you know, Peter Maivia and the 3-minute warning. You know, so that was really cool. Yeah, Showcase mode was really fun this year. And I also really liked My Rise. The My Rise, I think when it comes to the My Rise story, I think it's the best My Rise they've had since 2K19. It was really fun, like, you know, having the NXT mutiny, like Bayley and Kevin Owens, like rallying up the NXT troops to like take over the WWE, and CM Punk turns on you, and then like your two great characters, and then one of them turns on you, which is really cool. So you can get a bad ending as well, which is really cool. Only problem is you have to play it like 4 times to get everything, to unlock everything, and you have to play the whole story mode again. There's no, you can't, no like, you know, no time travel like they did in like the earlier SmackDown vs. Raw games. No, you have to do the whole thing like all over again 4 times to unlock everything, which was just, yeah, nearly ruined the whole thing. So 2K, I like the story mode, stick to story modes like that, but make it so that we can just go back. Like, because there's literally at the end of the story, you have R-Truth going like, oh, I'm going to time travel. It's like, we could literally just do that to go back and do the choices we haven't done yet. Like, we don't have to play through the whole story mode again just to do, like, yeah, just to do the other choices. Yeah, that's the only thing that kind of ruined it about this game. But, yeah, overall, really like the story modes in this year's game. So, next up is April. So, I mentioned Spy Family being one of the most boring games I played this year. This might be a good contender for it. Ice Age 2 The Meltdown. So again, another movie-based game. Again, like, yeah, it was so boring. Do you want to know how boring it was? I was on the final level and I didn't even realise it. Like, when the game ended, I didn't even realise it was over. Like, I didn't even realise I was about to finish the game. This game was so boring. It's so boring I have nothing else to say about it. Like, the only like cool thing about this game is that the collectible, some of the collectibles are like behind the scenes, like interviews with the voice actors. That's cool. I like that. You know, so you get like the actual, the actual ones like Ray Romano, you know, John Leguizamo, you know, Dennis Lee, all the people, Josh Peck, because yeah, and that was fun. That was really cool. So if anything, I'm playing through the game to unlock those. It's a good incentive, but the game is just so boring. Yeah, nothing else to say. What a shame, huh? Next up, Cars. Again, another anime movie thing. So this is on my PSP. So this was like the last PSP game I played before I realised my PSP was broken. So I don't really know when it broke, because this was April. So I actually beat this on holiday. We went away for like the weekend, so I thought, oh, I'll play this game so I can kind of like, you know, play something whilst I'm on holiday, and I knew this was going to be a sort of like easy game to do. Yeah, it's just a regular racing game. It's not the same as the PS2 version. Like, the PS2 version is obviously better. Like, it's not an open world thing. It's just a kart racer, just a racing game. But yeah, pretty fun. The Cars games were always like surprisingly decent. You know, these games were actually kind of fun. Like, I mean, obviously, like, with being a racing sort of franchise, it's kind of easy to make into games. But yeah, the Cars games are like pretty fun. I enjoy playing this one. Next up, I feel like I'm going to make people angry with my opinions on this game, and that's Incredibles on PS2. So again, another anime movie game. This was the game that made me realise I had made a terrible mistake. This game, and I mean this with no exaggeration, is one of the most painful gaming experiences I've ever had. I hated this game. I despised playing this game. And I know that's going to be surprising to a lot of people, because I feel like for a lot of people, this was like considered one of the best, like one of the better games. And believe me, I thought that as well. That's why I was playing. That's why I played it, because I was really excited to play it. But just, I don't know how to describe it. Like the controls and the gameplay is just really like confusing and weird, and like some of the levels are really like difficult, like, and not fun difficult. Like there's a section where like you've got to like do some time-based things, and the timing is really strict. And like then there's like a time where you fight the Omnidroid, a full Omnidroid boss fight, and then you have to do it again like one level later, and it's the same boss fight. Legit, the exact same boss fight. Maybe there's one extra attack, but it's the same boss fight. And you have to knock down 3 health bars. And I am saying this, when I got to the second fight, on his last health bar, nearly beat him, I died, and I had to go back to the start of the fight. At that point I said, screw it, use the code, I skipped that level. And I then skipped the sort of the penultimate level as well when I just did the final boss. I know that makes it feel like I didn't beat it, but it was getting so infuriating. I was playing this in between, like, so I actually started this before Cars, but I felt like I needed to take a break from it because I was getting so frustrated. It was really like, again, I was just not having any fun. And it's a shame because I think the first few levels are okay. The first levels are pretty decent. So at that point, I'm so early into because at that point, I'm halfway through the game and it's like, so I feel like I have to beat it now. I've wasted so much time on this one game that now I feel like I have to beat it to get back on track. So yeah, despised this game. Very much despised this game. It honestly might be up there as like one of the worst games I've ever played. At least one of the worst games I've ever beaten. And that really sucks because I was hoping to like this one. And it makes me really upset that I'd already beaten Lego Incredibles like last year or the year before because I could have just played that one. Because that was another sort of like rule I had, was I couldn't play like sort of the same game like based on I think it was like I couldn't play the same sort of game from the same franchise or something. Yeah, like I couldn't play like Incredibles on here and then like, I don't know, Incredibles on DS or something. Or like with Cars, like I couldn't play Cars on PSP and then like play Cars on, you know, PS2. Like I wasn't gonna do that. That would have been too easy. But yeah, Incredibles, awful game. Next up, not much better. You'll see now how much I'm regretting this sort of challenge now, because really boring game in Ice Age 2, really bad game in Incredibles, and another really boring and really bad game, Lego Movie 2. So I wasn't planning on doing this game so early because obviously I just did Lego Ninjago like sort of 2 months before. The plan was I was going to do Lego Movie 2 like later in the year, like do Lego Ninjago first, and then later in the year do Lego Movie 2. But then PlayStation Plus said that it was getting taken off in like the end of the month, so I was kind of felt like I had to do it, and so I was like, well, I guess I have to do it now. So I kind of didn't want to do 2 Lego games back to back like that, and then there's another Lego game I have to do back to back, and I'll explain that in a minute. But yeah, this game is so boring. Like, again, this is probably the worst Lego game, like, without a shadow of a doubt. It's not even close. This is the worst Lego game. It's like trying to be Lego Worlds, but also just really boring, and the Platinum, again, was just so boring as well. Like, yeah, there is a reason why people consider this to be the worst, like, Lego game. It is just terrible, really bad. Just don't buy this one. This one sucked. Next up, finally a good game, Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2. So this was the remastered version on a PS4, because I think this was like a PlayStation Plus game like a few years ago. Yeah, really fun. Again, I sort of said like these are the golden age of the COD franchise. So like when I did Modern Warfare last year or the year before, I've got the other 2, like Modern Warfare 3 and Modern War. I'm going to play those at some point. Yeah, I really enjoyed this. I mean, I'm going to say this right now, I'm terrible at these games. I think I was on easy mode and I was still getting killed all over the place. But yeah, I really did enjoy my experience with this, and yeah, it's nice playing these like sort of classic sort of video games here. Next up, we're in May now, and again, another Lego game I beat, Lego Marvel Super Heroes 2. So again, this was because, again, just like Lego Movie 2, this one was just about to get taken off PlayStation Plus. So again, this is why I didn't enjoy playing. This was my playthrough of this game was really not good, because again, I was kind of rushing to do the Platinum, so I had to like, I basically was only playing this for like most of this month, or the first half of this month, because I felt like I had to get it done, because I needed. It was against the clock because I was like, I have to beat this before it gets taken down, and so I was getting really stressed out about doing it. Like anytime I was kind of failing or getting really like confused, and that it was like getting really annoying. So like, I'm probably never gonna do this again. Like hopefully, I think if it was just this one getting taken off and not like a movie 2, I probably wouldn't have had a problem. But the fact that they both were getting taken off at the same time made it felt like I had to do them both sort of so quickly after each other. Hopefully, if another one gets taken off, it's like only one, and I can just focus on that one. But yeah, again, I mean, this one's not as good as Lego Marvel 1. Like, Lego Marvel 1, I think, is actually one of my favourite Lego games. I have got it on PS4. I'm going to have to replay that at some point to get the platinum for that one. And I'm sure probably with most... This is one with the Lego games. Playing them through normally is pretty fun. When you have to get the platinum, it's never fun to get the platinum. The platinum's experience is always kind of ruins, like, the game, you know, which is a shame. But, yeah, Lego Marvel 2... Yeah, not great. The problem with Lego Marvel 2 is that it doesn't have any of the... This is when Disney was very hard into only MCU, no X-Men, no Fantastic Four. They're owned by the other company, so we can't use them. You know, which is so annoying. So there's no X-Men and Fantastic Four in the game, which makes no sense because it's a sequel to the first game where they were all in it, and it's just, yeah, silly. Next up, another animated movie game. This one maybe doesn't count, because originally my plan was that they had to be based on the film. And that's Monsters Inc. Scare Island. Again, technically isn't based on the film. This is a prequel to the first movie. But there was no other Monster Inc. game I can play. I know that was on PS2, but to my knowledge, we never got that. It never came out in the UK. So I think that was my like reasoning for like why I was going to play this one. Because is the fact that the other one we didn't get the other one. Like this is the only Monster Inc. game we got. So that's why I'm kind of saying I can play this one. And also, game from my childhood, so I wanted to play through it. And yeah, I actually did enjoy this one. Like, unlike Scooby-Doo and Cyber Chase and other like games from my childhood, I actually really did enjoy this game. I had a lot of fun with this one. Again, it's easy and basic, and it's got a lot of backtracking, annoyingly, but yeah, I actually got 100% of this one as well. Because it was an easy game to 100%, that's why I could do it. Like, I was literally, like, only a little bit away from getting 100%. So yeah, I really did enjoy it. I was glad I finally got to beat it, you know? I know I mentioned it was the PS1 version, not the PS2 version, because I know there was like a PS1 and PS2 version, but weirdly the PS1 version I think is better, because the PS2 version is a bit weird, but yeah, whatever. Next up, another anime movie game, but finally a game I would actually go as far as to say is actually really good, TMNT. So this is obviously based on the 2007 film, I want to say. Yeah, I mean, it's a Ninja Turtles game, they're usually good. Yeah, really, really, really enjoyed this game. Really, really fun. Like again, typical beat 'em up with the turtles and that. Honestly, really fun. Some of it was a bit difficult, but unlike other games, it didn't feel like really like unfair. Like it felt like I was just failing and messing up. But yeah, really, really like this game. I would recommend this for any Turtles fans to pick this one up. Again, so far I'd say this is like one of the only ones I would definitely say pick up of all the animated movie games. Like obviously, like Kung Fu Panda was okay, Brave was okay. This is the first one where I'm like, no, this was actually a really good game. So, if you haven't played this one yet, I would definitely pick it up. I thought it was really good. Okay, a lot in June. First up, Mario Party 4. So this was more of me just doing the story mode because I played all of the boards last year, and then like I was like hadn't done the story mode, so I was going to go back and do that. So that's what I decided to do here was just finish the story mode because then I unlocked the final board then. And yeah, this is going to be controversial. I don't like Mario Party 4. I think this is possibly one of the weakest Mario Party games. The problem I have with this is the boards are all boring. There's like no like interesting ideas, and like they're all just like basically a square, and you're not like in any like sort of locations. Like the best part of some of the early games, like this is a GameCube one, and yet the N64 ones had like actual locations, like Yoshi's Tropical Island, Peach's birthday cake, Spaceland, and all that. Bowser's Magma Night. Like the Bowser board in this one, again, just looks the same as everything else. They only put like a little bit of set dressing on each board, so it's really boring. So yeah, unfortunately, I would say of all the games, I'm currently playing through Mario Party 5. That was a lot better than this one. Like the boards and that one looked a lot better. Mario Party 4, yeah, just not good. I do not like this game. I think this is like of all the 4 I've beaten so far, I would say this is probably the weakest one. Like I would actually put Mario Party 1 above this. So yeah. Maybe controversial opinion. I'm not sure. I just know I didn't like it. Next up, again, another animated movie game. So this was Up for PSP, but I did this on PlayStation 4 because this was part of the PlayStation Plus like classic collection. This one they only just put trophies on it when I played it. So because like this was on my list, but I always said that because they didn't get trophies at first, but I knew some other games that had trophies added onto it later. So my sort of said to myself, when it gets trophies, that's when I'll play it. So they put trophies on it, so I finally did play it, and it's fine. Like this is another one of those really kind of dull, boring ones. Like it's a PSP game, so I don't really know what to expect. You don't really not to expect much. Again, it wasn't bad. It was more of a case of just dull. Again, it's really all I can say. Again, piss easy platinum, like super easy platinum. So yeah, that's all I can really say. It was boring. Next up, again, this was in my game collection, Guardians of the Galaxy Telltale series. Again, was really happy that I found this, and so I can talk more about the story. Story was really fun. I mean, obviously there were all those different choices in there. I liked the sort of idea, like it was cool at the beginning of the game where like you kill Thanos in like the first like sort of chapter, and it's like throughout the whole game you're thinking, oh yeah, but he's gonna come back later. He's not actually dead. No, he stays dead for the whole game, which is really like a real surprise. And yeah, all the like the choices were cool, and like all the little like different things you got to do. Again, I don't really know much about the other like choices and that. I know like one of the choices I made, like there's really like it's one of the problems with like it's one of the games where really only one choice matters. Like there's one choice sort of in like the halfway point of the game where like that really does change the story. So it's really only one sort of choice. But yeah, overall, again, like I said, if you can find this, definitely pick it up because you can still play it and you can still beat all of the episodes. Yeah, again, I did enjoy it. I did enjoy this one. Next up, from one more property to another, Iron Man. So again, I mentioned got all the MCU games. So this was after I got 4. So at this point, I was like, oh yeah, I'm fine. I'm going to beat all of the MCU games. And I think my plan was I was going to marathon them. I was going to like try and beat one after the other. You'll probably see why I didn't do that later. But Iron Man, yeah, this game's not great. I don't understand why it's so hard to do an Iron Man game. Like it feels like it should be simple, but it's not. It's just kind of, again, the flight controls are a bit just kind of clunky and just not that fun. And again, the game gets really difficult later, and just a lot of it, it's just not fun or enjoyable. I mean, that's one with like these. When I was playing through these animated movie games, I kind of came to this realization. A lot of these bad games are hard, not because they're hard, but because the controls and gameplay are just so bad that it's really difficult to play. And that's why you keep failing and why it's really hard. And it feels hard because the controls just aren't great. And that's kind of this. The controls just weren't fun, just weren't good and weren't fun. The game just wasn't fun, so it's a lot harder than if the controls actually were good, it wouldn't be hard. But yeah, I guess I wouldn't say it was like the worst thing ever. I mean, from what I can gather, people really don't like Iron Man 2, so I look forward to playing that one. But yeah, not good, but I wouldn't say it's like an absolute disaster. Next up, Ape Academy. So this was another PlayStation Plus Classics thing. This is like a sort of a mini-game collection with Ape Escape. I got the Platinum for this one as well. Platinum was a bit difficult, but only because, again, kind of what I mentioned with the other game. I've forgotten what it was now. Yeah, Kangan Fighting Collection. It's just got that one trophy that's really annoying. And the trophy here was like you have to play all of the mini-games. But to get all the mini-games, it's all random to get them. And so it's just like not kind of fun. You know, like to get all of the mini games, it's just not fun. And then they're like, apart from that, it was an easy time to get. But it's just that one trophy is just so annoying, and having to go through everything and having to figure out how to get those mini games to show up and everything. And it was just, yeah, not fun. Again, it's just a mini game collection. Not really much else to say about it. It's okay. There's a second Ape Academy on there, so I'll probably play that one as well. But I'll probably play the first Ape Escape first, though. Like, that will hopefully be the next Ape Escape Platinum I get. Because I played a bit of the first Ape Escape and it's pretty good from what I remember it being. Next up, okay, weird one. Ridge Racer Arcade Archives. This was a new thing that they did this year. So they've obviously Arcade Archives has been on like PlayStation and Switch for like years. But this year they made like a separate one for PS5 that has a Platinum. So I was like, oh, I'm going to collect a bunch of those. The first one was Ridge Racer. Again, it's a super easy Platinum to get, like not hard not difficult at all. You just have to like play through the game. And I think I kind of like got a little bit where I was like, yeah, these Arcade Arcades, they're gonna be easy platinum to get. I'm gonna platinum all of them. And second platinum I got was kind of difficult. And then there's a fourth game that I'm trying to platinum, and I can't get the final trophy. So I just mention it now because it won't be on here. Is it Mac Breakers? Like an Olympic style game. I can't get the last trophy because it actually is really difficult to actually just play through the game without any like save states and that. I didn't think it was going to be that hard, and I'm really struggling because it's a button mashing game. It really hurts my hands. So hopefully I'll get that platinum eventually. But it made me realise maybe I don't need to get all of these Arcade Archives games. Next up, another animated movie game, Bolts. Again, really boring. This is why I'm kind of regretting doing this. This whole animated movie sort of challenge thing. Like, and why I'm glad I didn't do a separate video for it, but it's because there's just nothing to say about most of these games. They were just really boring. And again, this is where I'm getting to that point where I'm like, God, I really regretted doing this because again, there's nothing to say about these games. It was a game. It was a typical licensed game, and it was really boring. And there's nothing else to say. I think the only thing I can sort of say is that like at some point near the end of the game, it suddenly becomes a stealth section, and the game has not taught you how to do stealth, so I kept failing, but even though I had no idea how to do stealth in the game. That's it. But, like apart from that, it was just a boring game. Maybe like I can't even think of anything that happened because it was dull. It was boring. Nothing happened. Again, I haven't seen the movie, so maybe if I'd seen the movie, I would have liked it more. But yeah, nothing else to say. Next up, Tekken 7. This is less of a beating and more of a just sort of trophy cleanup. Like I got all the trophies for this. Because again, luckily, because surprisingly the online sort of servers for this are still kind of a lot of people on it, so I was able to get the winning trophies. Luckily, not as bad as Tekken 8, thankfully. So once I got those, I was like, I can actually get the others then. And yeah, so not really much else to say, just that I got the platinum for this. And I'd imagine probably more people went back to Tekken 7 after Tekken 8 kind of fell apart. But yeah, I like Tekken 7. Tekken 7 is good. What else I can really say? Another platinum sort of game. DreamWorks All-Star Kart Racing. This is another one of those ones where I was like, this will be an easy trophy to get. And yeah, it kind of was. But it also was bloody grindy. Because one of the trophies is you have to buy every item in the shop. And the grind for that was ridiculous. Like, the grind was so much. Like, yeah, there was so much of a grind to do this. I just had to. One of the ways to do it is just do one of the missions and like do it quickly because like you have to collect like note things in levels, but you can only collect like 10 or 15 a race. So yeah, it's just a annoying grind, and yeah, that was annoying. Game itself is fine. It's Game Mill, so it's probably just Nick Kart Racers, which is with DreamWorks characters in it. It was alright. Again, so the tracks were kind of cool. I like the last track because the last track is like their version of Rainbow Road, but it's like the DreamWorks sort of logo thing, which was kind of cool. You got Megamind characters in it. You got Puss in Boots in it. You got actual like big DreamWorks like characters in it, which is kind of cool. And Madagascar's in it as well. But yeah, it's just another like Game Mill kart racer. Next up, Over the Hedge. Again, another anime movie game. Again, pretty boring. I see a lot of people say like, this is like one of the best like licensed games ever, and it's like, I mean, it wasn't terrible. It was fine. Do you want to know what I think it is? Whenever I hear people say this about these games, I just have to say, like, same with Incredibles and that, you haven't played this game since you were a child. You played it as a child, really liked it, haven't played it since, assume the game was still really good because you played it as a child, but then you realise you only played the first few levels, and then you go through the whole game and you realise the game's not great. Like, again, it's not terrible, it's okay, but like, when I see people like, I saw someone like legit put this on like their list of favourite games of all time, and I'm like, really? Over the Hedge? You're really going to tell me that this is like one of the best, your favourite games of all time? I mean, you do you, I guess, but like, come on, it's really not that good. Like, again, it's fine for an animated movie like game. It's fine, but that's it. It's just fine.